Hello, good evening, friends. God bless you. And I wanted to share something that I found so wonderful in the Gospel of John, chapter 5. It's a famous story about Jesus goes and heals uh, the person who was sick for 38 years. And it is so remarkable story that almost all Christians knows this story. But something God brought to me, taught me, and I wanted to share with you. See, Jesus did nearly 37 miracles chronologically, and if you look chronologically, all previous 17. This is the 18th miracle. Previous 17 miracles Jesus did around Capernaum in the area of Galilee. This is the first miracle in Gospel of John chapter 5 that Jesus did outside of the area of Galilee. Actually, the pool of Bethesda was close to the ship gate of Jerusalem, outside the city walls. And from Capernaum all the way about 130 to 135 kilometers south, this place is situated. All previous miracles, we know that somebody has called Jesus to heal them, somebody has requested him to come and do something, some people has brought their friends and family to get healing. But this is a very strange situation where Jesus all the way Capernaum walks to the Jerusalem, does not go into the temple, but goes straight to the pool of Bethesda and heals the person who was 38 years or who was sick for 38 years. In the beginning story, it doesn't tell that whether it was Jew or not, but later on we read that when the leaders of the synagogue or the temple told this person that why you are carrying your bed, it is not to do on a Sabbath day. That means he is a Jew. And why it is so important that nobody has called Jesus to come to this pool. Neither this person who is sick for 38 years has called Jesus, but Jesus straight went there. And why the writer of Gospel of John writes that he was sick for 38 years. We have to go back to the Old Testament, the great Exodus. And we know that Israelites spent 40 years in wilderness. But there was a remarkable division there. After they left Egypt, 2 years passed by, and Moses sent the spies to inquire about the promised land. And those spies came back and gave the bad report. And people said that we will die, our children will die. It was by that time there were 2 years they were out of Egypt. And God says that because you don't believe me, you are not going to enter. But for the children, you said that they will never enter in a promised land. God said, I will take them. And then remaining was 38 years. The children, for them, for the children, the parents had said that they will die in this wilderness. God took those children after 30 years into promised land. And First Corinthians chapter 4:10 says that Christ the rock walked with them in the wilderness. And they didn't know that. They were never aware that Jesus is walking with us. And so many times, we don't recognize that Jesus is walking with us on a day-to-day basis. This guy who was sick for 38 years, he has lost hope. If you read John 5, it says that he had put his hope in the water. Now in Jesus' time, the pool of Bethesda was known for something else. It was known as a temple for Asclepius, the healing god of Rome, the god of medicine. And he was so famous, Asclepius, that historians says that there were nearly 400 temples around that area. One of them was this pool of Bethesda. Now this guy who has lost all his hope And now, instead of going inside the wall to the temple, he has put his hope on this temple of Asclepius, the pool of Bethesda, the god of healing, Roman god of healing. And Jesus goes there intentionally. And Jesus wanted to prove again what was there in the Old Testament. Christ the rock walked with them. Jesus says that I have seen your pain. You have put your hope on a wrong place. But I am not going to rebuke you. Jesus never rebuked him. What you are doing here? Being a Jew, how can you be in this temple of Asclepius? Jesus never rebuked him. But Jesus healed him. It is so beautiful story about God's love and His promise. At other place in the gospel, Jesus says that this is the daughter of Abraham, was held by devil. She deserves to be healed. Basically, Jesus said, this man Jew was in the lineage of Abraham. He deserved to be healed. God has made you and me in the same lineage. We became the heirs, sons and daughter of Abraham, and that's why we become the children of covenant. We might, you and me, sometimes lose our hope for so long time, and we don't believe that God will come for us. God will come through for us. And we lose our hope and we started believing on something else. We place our hope on situation, people, places. God is so loving. He is not mad. But as Jesus took those children of wilderness to promised land in 38 years, as Jesus has delivered the son of Abraham at the temple of Asclepius and healed him after 38 years, basically God is taking him to promised land. Same God is faithful, a promise keeper, and He will come through. And if you have done anything wrong, if you have lost your hope on Jesus, or if you have placed your hope on something else, He's not mad at you. He will not rebuke you. He has a compassion. He's a God of compassion, God of love. And He will definitely heal you, restore you, and replenish you. I believe God has blessed you today.